Hey team, Patrick here, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for clicking on the video. And we've got a fun lesson today. We're going to look at the second serve return and specifically the differences between the second serve return and the first serve return. This is going to be particularly important to know as club players, as often there's a big difference between a player's first serve, where they'll go for a lot more pace, and particularly if they can't spin their second serve. This is where you see often these dink second serves that come in sort of a lot slower. So if you recognize that your opponent has a weaker second serve, well, you want to change your mindset from just sort of getting the ball back in to really making sure you attack this ball, put your opponent under pressure, just as you would if you got a slower, shorter ball that landed in the service box here within a rally. It's no different. Whereas on the first serve return, we might be more chipping the ball back in, we might be more blocking the ball back in play. On the second serve, we might have to generate much more of our own pace and spin here. We're also going to need to move our position further up in the court, not only to make sure we get up to that ball that's going to be a little bit slower and shorter and sit more up in our strike zone rather than kind of shooting through, but also to really make our intention known to our opponent and really sort of put the pressure on them for missing that first serve. We can do this in two ways. We can either, like I said, as soon as they miss their first serve, we can move our position a little bit further up, or what I like to do is what we call stagger our split step. And you might see this from players like Andy Murray, where you start a little bit further back or in your usual return position, and as they go to serve, you step up inside the court here. So you're imagining sort of 2 points. 1 point where you're going to start and 1 point where you're going to look to make contact with the ball. The advantage of this is you get this weight transfer, you get your momentum moving forwards into the shot here. And the footwork to this is what we call step and then split step. So it's a step and then a split step. And like I said, the timing would be to step as they go into their service motion here. So you can land your split step as they make contact with the ball. This moving forwards is really going to take the time away from your opponent, where you can take the ball earlier and you can kind of hammer it straight back at them. Now, you might also be able to hit the ball a little bit flatter if it sits up high enough in your strike zone here. You're going to be able to what we call catch them coming out of their service motion, where even if they've hit like a dink second serve, they're probably going to be moving slightly forwards, and you're going to be able to sort of almost catch them before they've completed their service motion here. You're going to take all of their time away. They're not going to have time to recover back behind the baseline, back into their ready position, and they're either going to miss the ball, or even if they do get it back, it's going to be a much weaker shot and you can step up and put the next ball away. In terms of where we aim the second serve return, you're now going to want to aim for a little bit more specific target. So whether that's down the line or cross court, rather than going more down the center of the court like we've talked about on a first serve. We still, however, want to aim for big targets. So yes, I'm trying to put my opponent under pressure. I want to start the point on the front foot here, but I also want to make sure I get the ball in play. So I don't need to aim for the line, and it doesn't need to be a winner. That would more be a bonus. I can also, if I know that my opponent's going to hit a softer, weaker second serve, I can start to pre-plan a little bit more. I can make a decision of where I'm going to aim this return before they hit the ball. The final element to this would be to make sure if we are moving forwards, if we are stepping up in the court and moving all the way up to the ball, we want to make sure that we recover and we don't just admire our shot here in the middle of no man's land, or we don't just recover laterally. We either push off and we get back behind the baseline here, back into our ready position, or if we see that we really have put our opponent under pressure, well, we can carry it on and we can close into the net and we can put away the volley. Okay, right guys, over to you to go out and practice this. Hopefully this makes your returns much better. Come back and let me know in the comments. Let me know how you get on. Please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video, and I'll see you on court in the next one. Cheers guys.